operating leverage may be defined as the employment of an asset with a fixed cost in the hope that sufficient revenue will be generated to cover all the fixed and variable costs. That is the meaning of operating leverage. Operating leverage. I'll take it again. Operating leverage. Learners, may be defined as the employment of an asset. It is the employment of an asset. It is the employment of an asset with a fixed cost. With a fixed cost. Is employment of an asset with a fixed cost. In the hope that this asset or that asset, okay, in the hope that that asset, or we can say in the hope that sufficient revenue will be generated, in the hope that sufficient revenue will be generated from the employment of that asset. Will be generated from the employment of that asset, so as to do what? To cover the fixed, okay? To cover the fixed and variable costs. It is the employment of an asset with a fixed cost in the hope that sufficient revenue, in the hope that sufficient revenue will be generated to cover the fixed and variable costs. To cover the fixed and the variable costs. In other words, learners, operating leverage. In other words, operating leverage is, or may be defined as, the firm's ability to use fixed operating costs to do what? To magnify the effects of changes in sales. All right? It is the employment. It is the ability to use fixed operating costs to magnify the effects of changes in sales. That's the meaning of operating leverage. To lever, all right, to magnify the effects of changes in sales. So that's the meaning of operating leverage. Operating leverage. I say that there are three mainly used measures of leverage in financial analysis.